'Tis the season for lake effect and Michigan winters. Time is 1:30 p.m. and it is December 1st. Welcome to another update from Great Lakes weather. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. Today we're covering the potential for lake effect snow, some significant lake effect snow once again, which again, some of you are probably already tired of it, especially if you're living on the lakeshore, but some places further inland might see a little bit of snow, but I think it's really going to focus off the lakeshore for western Michigan. Places such as the peninsula, places such as northeastern Ohio once again, and then those places that have been seeing lake effect snow for quite some time might see some more, and it's probably going to start tonight. So we're going to dive right in with some of the updates from the weather models and also from the Weather Prediction Center, which is what we have showing for you right here. This is showing the probability of snow accumulating greater than 2 inches over the next 72 hours. Okay, so that means over the next 3 days, which again covers our time span for lake effect snow potential, which appears to be between tonight, Sunday night, and then Tuesday morning to Tuesday midday. So we're going to be dealing with some snow. How much? It is really dependent on location. Again, areas inland, you can see that areas such as Lansing and Detroit, those places, not really under the guise for a lot of potential snow. It's really those places along those lakeshore where that northwestern breeze is going to interact with the lake and cause some lake effect snow showers to be produced. So you see this area shaded in red has a near 100% chance of snow accumulating greater than 2 inches. So if you live in that really dark red area or in any of those dark areas that are shown, that is showing the potential for pretty much accumulating snow is guaranteed for those places. Okay, so that's something to kind of keep in mind as we go through this. We're going to kind of upgrade to the levels here. We're going to go to greater than 4 inches of snow here. You can see that the potential is still pretty high for places close to the lakeshore of greater than 4 inches of snow. That includes areas such as Allegan County, South Haven, areas to the southwest, including St. Joseph, the beaches down there. And again, it's going to be a narrow band again, like we've had on Monday, also previous, which again, some of those bands are kind of narrow, but we did kind of see an overall widespread 8 to 12 inches in some spots west of US 131, which I think is likely to occur in this case again, but it's going to be mainly west of US 131 and along or south of I-94. That's going to be the focus area. And again, there's a winter storm watch in place for those areas. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But you can see that it's still guaranteed for areas such as Traverse City, places that are along the northwestern portion of the Lower Peninsula. That also includes Boyne City, Boyne Falls. You also have that peninsula where Sault Ste. Marie, Grand Marais, Pictured Rocks area is under the guaranteed guise for some heavier snowfall. Really, the Upper Peninsula has been getting a nice bout of snow. It's going to be kind of a harder winter, it seems like, up there with regards to how things are already unfolding. And then here's the probability for greater than 8 inches of snow, and you can see that the probability is still actually pretty high across portions of western Michigan. You can see that focus area here. It includes areas south of Holland, maybe Holland also be included in that as well. And then throughout Allegan County, there's a 60 to 7, or greater than 50, it's a 50 to 60% chance being shown by this output that the Weather Prediction Center is doing. So northwestern Michigan, you can see that there's a high likelihood up there of snow accumulating greater than inches, and then also areas in the peninsula. You can see that that potential does exist also in northeastern Ohio, which again, it's crazy to think about how Cleveland has gotten barely any snow, but if you go just a few miles to the east, getting buried under very heavy snow. So again, lake effect does that, and it has a very interesting nature, especially with this cold air mass that's still dominating our weather, and it's likely going to dominate our weather for at least the next week. So you can see that the potential for greater than 8 inches of snow is present there, and then also Weather Prediction Center also putting out a high likelihood that there will be even greater than 12 inches, greater than a foot of snow across northwestern Lower Peninsula and the portions of the Upper Peninsula that include Pictured Rocks. So again, you can see that western Michigan's chances for that heaviest snow go down on the Weather Prediction Center's output. We're going to take a look at some weather models that kind of identify some variabilities, which again, these are going to change. I'm going to put out there that I'm probably going to start projecting a few snow totals for some places and also the potential for some school closings. But again, keep in mind this is raw model data. It doesn't give an exact output, and it's not always 100% certain. That's the nature of forecasting. That's how it is. So let's take a look at our weather alerts first of all. NWS hazards here. You can see winter storm watch in effect for pretty much the entire lakeshore counties south of Traverse City. There's some places under winter weather advisory. But further south, you can see that it kind of covers that area along West Michigan. Winter storm watch in effect for the potential for, I believe, 6 to 10 inches is what I saw across portions of Van Buren, St. Joseph, Cass County. Locally, higher amounts will be possible. Not gonna disregard that potential there. And you can see that a winter storm warning is already in effect across the Upper Peninsula. And winter weather advisories are still in place across areas to the east and along I-94 towards Calhoun County. Now, I think that those will likely be extended. Right now, it says the potential for 1 to 2 more inches of snow. I think they'll probably issue a winter weather advisory for Kalamazoo County and also for St. Joseph County for the potential for some additional snowfall accumulations. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some maybe 4 to 6 inch numbers put out for this area. At least I think that's probably what will be the projection. Further down the eastern side, you'll have less, and on the western side, you'll have more. But we'll take a look at why I think that when we get to the model outputs here. So let's dive into the HRRR. I'm going to go into the actual loop. Again, we're using the HRRR model. There's several models that are giving a comparison in regards to snow totals, but I think the HRRR does a really good job at projecting where exactly those snow bands might focus up across portions of the parts of Michigan. So we're going to dive right in. We're going to look at the Lower Peninsula first. You can see that 11 a.m. we still have snow that's already ongoing across northwestern Michigan, and I mean, you guys have been having it pretty much nonstop at this point. So you can see that it starts to reinitiate later this afternoon. And in fact, it might already be starting to reinitiate. We've already had some snow this morning, but you can see that there will be pockets of heavy snow that kind of move through along the lakeshore. Again, more lake effect potential still taking place. So it'll continue to surge its way across the area, and we'll have some banding that goes on. And then by the time we get to 3 to 4 a.m., you can really see that those bands really start to develop into a bit more, I guess, pronounced imagery on this model run. So you can see 4 a.m. you have this southwestern band that's going to impact the I-94 corridor. 196 also going to be included in that, portions of US 131. Going to be an interesting travel day for areas particularly west of Kalamazoo and southwest of Kalamazoo. So that's going to be something to keep in mind. That band, again, it could set up here, it could set up a little to the east, could set up a little bit further to the west. Right now the models are favoring a little bit of a further western setup. We'll have to see how that plays out, but you can see that you got a nice pronounced setup for lake effect snow moving through across those five major southwestern counties there. And also still the snow ongoing across portions of northern Michigan, still causing travel impacts up there. So would not be surprised to see school closings tomorrow for some places, particularly west of US 131 and south of I-94. Would not be surprised to see that. Also in northwestern Michigan, there is a chance that we might see that in portions of eastern Kalamazoo, eastern St. Joe County. I don't think there's going to be too many in Calhoun and Branch counties with that as well. I don't think further inland you go, you're not really going to see as much as it moves through. But you can see it continues to kind of, it just continues through much of Monday into Tuesday. You can see that there's redevelopment along the lakeshore. And again, that cold air mass that's still hovering over our area is going to continue to favor a potential for lake effect snow. We got a nice cool air mass sitting above us. So let's take a look at the possibility for snow totals here. You can see that in the Upper Peninsula, again, you guys have been getting the nice bout of snow for a long, long time. So it's not really surprised you see nice shades of pinks and purples up there with potential for even more snow. I would say definitely over a foot of snow, maybe even over 15 inches of snow in some spots. So I'd not be surprised to see that some focused regions. And then you can see also northwestern Michigan, you still have that heavy banding that could occur with potential for some snow, possibility of greater than a foot of snow in some spots. And then the HRRR is kind of going a little bit more intense with regards to southwestern Michigan too. You can see that it is outputting the potential for a band of over a foot of snow across portions of Allegan, Van Buren, Cass, and even dipping down into St. Joseph County as well. So decent snowfall is possible with some of these bands that do set up, and it depends, again, how those bands set up. Lake effect is very hard to forecast, and it's hard to really project how much snow you'll get over a given area. Like, there were a lot of different forecasts put out there over the past couple days with the one we had right after Thanksgiving, the snow threat we had right after Thanksgiving, and then we got a widespread 8 to 12 inches of snow west of US 131, which, again, was sort of forecasted by some people. Some were not forecasting that. And again, that's the nature of lake effect snow. It's really hard to tell exactly what's going to happen, and it depends on how it interacts all with the different dynamics that are in the atmosphere. So again, you can see that there is potential for accumulating snow, which could be significant. Nevertheless, regardless, I do think there's going to be travel impacts on, I'd say, Monday morning for sure, Tuesday morning even as well. So you're going to want to keep in mind, plan some extra time in your travel. Make sure to have some supplies in your car in case you happen to get stranded. I did watch someone on my storm chase on Friday go off into just out into the grass. Luckily, there wasn't a ditch there, but still, being in that situation, there were some people that were out helping them as I pulled up, so that was good, and it's good to see that that's still the case. People helping each other out. But That is something that is going to we're going to watch out for, those different impacts. So we'll see how this plays out. But I'm planning on, if I happen to get a snow day tomorrow myself, I'm planning on chasing this. I'll probably be heading out to the lakeshore a little bit too as well, and just getting an eye on how things are going with the roads and the network that is going on down there. So it's something to watch out for, and I'll try to keep tabs on that. Also, I will not be out chasing December 9th through 13th. I am going with a group to North Carolina, and we're going to go help with cleanup. I know winter's setting in down there. Samaritan's Purse, we're going to partner with them, and we're going to get out there and help us with cleanup. So December 9th through 13th, I will not be around, but Michigan Storm Chasers will have you covered during that time frame. I will say that the upcoming pattern looks particularly active still. Not in terms of lake effect snow, but in terms of systems that will be coming through. Okay, so you notice the system moving through later on Thursday. Might see some snow with that. And as we continue to move forward, you notice that we might see a little bit of a trend towards a warm up. Sometime next week, you notice that North Carolina, that's where I'll be. It's going to be pretty wet the first day that we're there, so that's going to be interesting. And then we see some continuing rainfall on the Tuesday of our first day of work there. And then you can see the system right here. Again, this is getting to the long range, but what I'm seeing is in the long range, there are several systems that sort of make their way through the Great Lakes region. So again, it's something to watch out for in the long range, exactly what will happen. And if our Michigan winter will continue, if we'll see a thaw out, I think our Michigan winter will probably continue. We'll start to see some more snow, maybe even some ice. And it's something that will come to question later on. I think that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully this video was helpful and provided some good information. And again, keep in mind, travel impacts are most expected across northwestern Michigan, Upper Peninsula, southwestern Michigan, and northeastern Ohio are those places that should be watching out for travel impacts and the potential for maybe some school closings coming tomorrow. So, thanks for watching, everybody, and make sure to stay safe on the roads. See you all later.